What was your most difficult time on set? Like, tell me a little bit about your character.
Oh man, I mean these are some difficult circumstances to play, so I really had to heighten up things that I can relate to in my life to the film. I guess the most difficult thing to do would have to be the scenes from Naomi Harris. Those are some deep scenes. I mean, just the entire process was super therapeutic and I don't know, super vulnerable. I had to give myself to this character 100%. So yeah, I hope I answers your question.
Do you feel like you're related to the character any, or like?
Yeah, I mean a bit similar, some similarities. I feel like Chiron is a universally he's universally relatable. So I feel like everybody can kind of pick and choose and take from the film and the character for sure.
All right. Well, thank you. It was nice to meet you. To this film.
The script, this was a great story. It's probably the best thing I've read to date. And then it was filled with really unique characters that had a real purpose and point of view, and were very fleshed out. And so it was just something that I had to sign up for. And lastly, I wanted to work with Barry Jenkins, who's just a terrific young filmmaker. I was a fan of his. He did another project called Medicine for Melancholy. If you haven't seen, you have to see that film as well. But yeah, the combination of all those things.
Did you know you always wanted to play Juan?
Upon reading it, I wanted to play Juan, yeah. But going into it, no. You just want to play human, three-dimensional characters, and that's an easy. I mean, most people would probably respond to that and be like, yeah, well, of course. But you'd be surprised how many scripts I read or you could read, and the characters really are only there to really push the story along and don't have all the nuance of a real human being. And so that's when you do get into there being small parts, is that when they don't have dimension. But when characters have dimension, when they're human, they don't have to be on every page of the script for you to get excited and really be invested in playing them.
Do you feel like you attached yourself to the character at all? Like, do you feel like you could relate to the character? How did you get
Well, yeah, because he was someone that there's several people that I grew up, or enough people that I grew up around that were dealing in some kind of element that was illegal, but were still very much human beings, were full-fledged people who loved their families and their children in some cases, but they just happened to be involved in something that had a criminal aspect to it. And usually when we see these stories, we see these characters, the criminal element tends to be the thing that overshadows the entire character, when in this case there were so many other qualities about Juan that were really prioritized and held at the forefront. And the drug dealing thing was there, but it wasn't the driving point of his own personal narrative. And so that was refreshing, and to me, more truthful and more of a reflection of real people that I knew.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure.
Appreciate it.